This is so cool. Hey, everybody. This is awesome. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Loretta McNary, and my guest is the Jozelle Luster Booker. She is the president and CEO of one of my all-time favorite organizations for small businesses, and that is the Mid-South Minority Business Council Continuum. And I've been working with her so many years. I love her dearly. Welcome to the show.
Hi. You know what? This is one of my favorite things to do as we're preparing for the EDF, to sit down and talk to you and all of your visitors.
Yes, our audience loves you. You're so entertaining and informative. And who knew? Because you are at the top of your game. I will put you against any other leader, male or female, black or white, because I love how you strategize, how you implement, and how you always giving credit, a lot of credit to your team as well. So thank you for leading by example.
Well, yes. So listen, I am so excited to talk to you and your audience today because this is our 17th annual Economic Development Forum. 17 years of convening the community and putting on this event, bringing in these thought leaders and business owners, really demonstrating all of the things that they do day in and day out in this community. It's just bringing everybody together.
I know, and the fact that that ticket price, man, it's so affordable. The ticket price to come to the Economic Development Fair every year is so affordable. It is what, Miss Jozelle? It's free.
It is free to the general public. Anyone that is looking to make a connection. Our exhibit hall on Wednesday, September the 11th, it is the all-time largest networking event in the region, where you can go to Eventbrite 2024 EDF, register to attend on Wednesday. If you're a business owner, bring your business cards, bring your capability statements, and bring your perfect pitch to talk about your business to potential corporations, public and private, that you can connect with for contracts and purchase opportunities. And then if you're not in business, this is the best thing yet. If you're not in business, say you're sitting and you're watching this show today and you never ever thought about starting a business. And you said, you know what? That sounds interesting. This event is for you too. So it's not only for people that are at the top of their game and ready and able to do business with public and private corporations. This event is for people who have an idea. They don't quite know what to do. They might just be starting out. We have seminars, we have workshops, we have people that you can meet with one-on-one to answer those questions for you, and then best yet, to make connections after the event for the week after and the week after that, to sit down and put together your game plan.
Okay, so we're going to talk about each one of those things individually because I want people to know the entire scope of what happens here in Memphis, Tennessee. I've traveled to I've been to the Black Enterprise fair that they have for small businesses. I've been just to a lot of that kind of thing. And let me tell you, this one here in Memphis is second to none. You all hold your own against these amazing places. So Memphis doesn't know how amazing we have it when it comes to support and information and education for small business owners. And when we say small business owners, we're not just talking about mom and pops, and we'll talk about that more. So I wanted to kind of give them a sneak peek, but you said two words that I believe that a lot of people are going to need more information. And that's that capability statement that you talked about. We used to call it something else. Can you just talk to them about that so they can go ahead and prepare it because they have less than a week away to have it ready? Can we talk about that statement and how valuable it is?
So a capability statement for a business owner is very similar to a resume of an individual. But this is you where you're putting your qualifications, your past experience on the document. One page is fine, but if you have to go to the backside, that's okay too. But it's a snapshot. So when you walk up to a booth and there's a corporate buyer that you want to talk to, you have a document that you can leave them that has information about your business. Now, you can Google capability statements. You can put something together. You may not have time to put together a formal capability statement, but it can contain all of the vital information that you need. And that's enough for that buyer to look at your document and say, wait, do you have a card? I want to schedule some time with you. We're just looking for someone that we can purchase these items from. And oh, you're located in Memphis? This is perfect. We can sit down and schedule some time to talk in the next couple of weeks. So what you want to bring with you, if you have a capability statement, bring it. If you have a brochure on your business, if you don't have a capability statement and you have a brochure, bring it. If you don't have that, bring your business card and presentable. It's come out, it's all about engaging. It's all about networking. You want to find people that you meet, because while there are booths and different groups set up on the exhibit hall floor, we'll even have a networking area. You might walk around and meet someone and you say, hey, you got a minute? Let's go over to the networking area and we can sit and talk and I can tell you more about my business or more about my idea. It's that capability statement. So that's the first one. What's the other thing, Loretta, did I mention?
We talked about business part, but we're going to talk about that too. I just really wanted them to start hearing and becoming familiar with that term so that they know to have that ready. So in my business, they call it a media statement, or they call it a media kit. But we always have to have something that says, this is what I've done. These are the people I work with. This is where we're going. This is where you can find us, and whatever information you want to share. And it's a one-sheeter that people usually call it with. So let's talk about some of those corporations that are there. And these people aren't there because they wrote a check to be there. They are there because Jozelle, Ms. Booker, she makes sure that these people are engaging and they really want to do business with small businesses, because that's super important to her as a leader. So what are some of the companies? And then I want to talk about some of the vendors that will be there as well.
Okay. So our host sponsors this year, these are our top sponsors, is Ford Blue Oval City and FedEx. Those are our top sponsors. They will have areas where they'll have people there from their company that you can meet with, talk to, engage, find out how to do business with them. Also, AutoZone will be there. We also have Baptist Hospital. We have Truist Bank. We have Regional One Health. We have another company, W&T Contracting, will be there. Memphis Light, Gas and Water, Smith and Nephew. Just trying to think of some of the others. Methodist Hospital, the City of Memphis. I'm looking out the window now. First Horizon Bank,
there's a flyer
Bank.
somewhere. And so the thing is, you have this stage, this area dedicated, intentional networking with those corporate buyers to talk to business owners that are there. Can we talk about that energy that takes place every year? Because I'm absolutely blown away about what actually happens on the floor there at the EDF.
So listen, that floor, that exhibit hall floor. So this is Wednesday, September the 11th. From 10:15, which is when the ribbon is cut and we open the doors and everyone rushes in, from 10:15 until 4 o'clock. It's energy, it's excitement. We have everything from not only the corporations and the small businesses that have booths. We also have other ecosystem partners. These are partner organizations that provide services and resources. It's banks, it's all kinds of companies that are exhibitors. But we also have a main stage. And so from the main stage, there could be an update. It could be somebody's giving away door prizes. So I want you to think about energy and excitement all day long. We also have, we have the main stage, which is where everything comes from, the main stage. But each of our sponsors, they have a stage. And on the sponsor stages, over the course of Wednesday, we will have 4 silent workshops. So many people are familiar with silent discos, when you put the headphones on and you're dancing to your music. Well, we will have, at one time, we'll have 2 workshops on opposite stages. So there's going to be a Ford Blue Oval City stage and a FedEx stage. And we'll have workshops going on, content information going on from that stage. We'll also have innovation zones where you'll be able to see different types of technology taking place in these information zones. We'll have luxury cars and vehicles that you can look at to see what's going on. They'll be placed around the exhibit hall. But something new, Loretta, that we have this year is we have an I zone or an information zone. And this is an area where we will have people coming in 15-minute intervals, and maybe about 10 people in an area where you have someone talk about some tidbit. It could be insurance for a business owner. It could be banking tips for a business owner or financial tips for a business owner. But they're going to come in 15-minute intervals. So we need you to bring your smart device for the iZone. So either your cell phone or if you have a tablet, a small tablet, because what you'll do, you'll scan a QR code, and that QR code will attach to a link tree, if you know what that is. But what that does, it allows you to download everybody's presentation. So they'll be talking and you'll leave with all this information that they'll be sharing, how to contact them. So that's going on in the iZone. And you have all this energy. You'll have people talking and engaging. There's a networking area. So when you come in, it can be overwhelming because there's going to be so many different things going on. But it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if you have a business and you're looking to do business with other corporations. You may be interested in starting a business. So you can find out, we'll have people talking about all those kinds of ideas. You'll be able to download a new business starter kit, what to do, the steps to do, the things that you need to do to get started in your business. But if you just want to come down, network, engage, see what's going on, this is the event. You have no reason to not come down. It's free. 2024 EDF, 2024 EDF on Eventbrite. Go in, click register for the free day pass to the exhibit hall. Come out, get engaged. Oh, and listen, it's open all day. So make a day out of it. We will have a concession area outside the exhibit hall. So if you want a salad, if you want a sandwich, if you want a snack, you can purchase something, come in, sit down, have lunch. You might meet somebody walking around and you say, hey, have you had lunch? Let's grab something to eat. Let's go over to the networking zone and have a bite to eat and continue to talk. And then when you finish, get up and network with some other people. This is the place for everybody next week.
So what can we say? Because people always say this to me. Well, Loretta, it's easy for you because you know everybody. You can just walk up to people. I do not just walk up to people. I am not that networking person. I will have a conversation. So what about those business owners who think or feel as if they're not ready for all of that and they're just walking around collecting pins and stuff instead of promoting their business? I know that's not what you want to happen there. So how can we get people not to just do that, to be more intentional and engaging with the vendors and especially the corporate buyers?
Well, listen, we have a silent workshop that's called, it's your business. Let me get the right name. It's called You Are Your Brand. So if you're not quite sure, and that's early, that starts at 10:30. Remember, I said the doors open at 10:15. So if you're not real sure, come on in early, go over to that workshop, grab a headset and sit down, and you'll leave with tips. You'll leave with things that you'll have the confidence that you need, and you'll leave and be able to go and walk up to the different tables. Keep in mind, everybody there that's an exhibitor, they're there because they want to meet you. So this is the best place to test that and to not be intimidated or overwhelmed, because everybody that's an exhibitor, they're standing there waiting for somebody to come up and say, hi. So I'll walk up and I'll say, hi, I'm Jozelle Booker. And then the person will introduce themselves. And I said, well, I have a business and I really would like to know how to engage your company. Because keep in mind, most corporations have a portal or a site where you register to become a vendor. So you want to know, how do I connect with your organization? Is there a website that I go to, that I register my business? What kind of information do you have? This is what I sell. Is there a way for me to make an appointment to sit down and talk with someone? That's why they're there. They are there waiting on you to show up, to stop by and tell them what you have. That's what they're there for. And the service providers that are there,
exactly
they're there because they want to help you. So think of it as you are what they are there for, and you are who they are waiting to see.
Yes, they are waiting to see you, to meet you, and to do business with you. Right. And I love when you all can. What year is this again? You've been putting this on so long, so you are the best to do it.
This is the 17th year.
17th year. Okay, talk about some of the speakers, because I know you have a really amazing, the fact that we got him coming to Memphis, and this is every year though, not just this speaker and not just this year, but tell us who's coming this year.
So our keynote speakers, so we have a power breakfast. That's what we kick off on Wednesday. That is a ticketed event. So if you're interested in coming to this event, you can purchase a ticket on Eventbrite as well. But our keynote speaker for the Power Breakfast is Jim Clifton. Jim Clifton is the chairman of a global organization, Gallup. You may have heard of Gallup surveys or Gallup polls. Well, Jim Clifton, who is the chairman of that organization, is going to be our keynote speaker. His father, Don Clifton, is the founder or the father of Strength Finders. So a lot of people are familiar with a book, how to discover your strengths is what it's called. And so a lot of people are familiar with that book. Jim Clifton's father wrote and created Strength Finders. So a lot of his work is centered on leadership, is centered on workforce, but it's all based on data, all the various Gallup surveys. So he wrote a book called The Coming Jobs War. And when you think about where we are here in Memphis today with a lot of jobs that are available, the types of jobs are changing. For years, we were marketed as and known as America's distribution center. Well, the world is changing. And so now we have in this marketplace, high tech, high wage, technical jobs. And so he will talk about how we as a community can prepare ourselves and be ready for the future, because our theme this year is future ready. How we as a community can get ready for the change in the future and the change in how people view jobs. You know, there are a lot of people since the COVID-19 pandemic have made the decision that their life, how they live their life is just as important as the jobs that they have. And so how do employers balance that? And so it would be interesting for you as just an individual, maybe not a business owner, but to understand this research and to hear the perspectives about how corporations and companies are feeling about this and some of the changes that they have to make. He wrote a book that was released in 2023. It was called Culture Shock. And it's the corporate culture that was shocked because of workers' views about work in the workplace. And we basically have to, in this country, reimagine what the workplace looks like. You know, it may not be an office. I'm in the office today, but it may be a type of work environment where you have some people that work remote. You might have people that work a hybrid schedule, but he's going to share the findings of research from companies all across the world and how our views about work, about the employer-employee relationship and what work looks like. But then the other thing too is in his book, The Coming Jobs War, he talked about communities that are prepared for the jobs of the future and jobs that are coming to your area, that you have to have a pipeline, you have to have a workforce that is able to take advantage of those jobs. And communities that win the jobs war, those communities win. And so we are in a jobs war here in Memphis. And so I think the timeliness of his message and what he has to talk about is going to be great for us at this moment in time right now.
I totally agree with that. So let's talk about, can you share with us where you know of a successful partnership with somebody who's at EDF or one of the vendors or one of the corporate buyers, and how that resulted in maybe some lucrative deals or a connection into another door? And then I want to talk about how you all at the MMBCC you get doors open. Now it's up to me to walk in that door, but you can actually get that door open for me if I'm ready. And talk about and I also want to talk about how you get them certified. I have so many questions when you come on here. So let's just do one at a time. Talk about a successful partnership that happened as a result of having been at EDF.
So we had a first time exhibitor that was at the EDF last year. Took a chance, was planning to just come and attend, but then decided, I'll exhibit, I'll get a booth. Came to the EDF, and when the EDF was over, when people were packing up and leaving, came over to me and said, we got our first paid client today at the EDF. First, and it was just being in the room because hundreds of people are coming through. And sometimes it is about, so they tell you about in business and in real estate, it's location, location, and location. So even with the EDF, with your business, it could be you're at the right place, because keep in mind, everybody that attends the EDF, they're coming there because they either have something to sell, or they're looking to buy something, or they're looking to learn how to do that. And so that was like the perfect ending to an EDF for me, for someone to say, I wasn't sure, but I came, I did it anyway, and we got our first paid client today at the EDF.
Wow. I have seen the magic happen so many times there, as I've been there. Of the 17, I've probably been there 15 of those years. I myself have had some unique, very lucrative deals that have happened there, if not financially, but definitely socially. They were lucrative socially for me, and it just keeps growing. Somebody said, do you know Loretta? Have you heard Loretta? Have you met Loretta? And a lot of that stems from me having been there. I remember walking through the very first time 15 years ago, and then getting a booth, and then working with you all. I'm telling you, there is something in the air and energy there that draws you in, and you step out of there higher than you did when you first came in, because these are successful entrepreneurs and business owners and corporate buyers, and you're in that room, right? So when we get in the right rooms, it changes us. It just knocks on stuff we already have. Can you talk about that space as well?
So yes, so it is because, as I said before, it's intentional. Everybody there is there for an intentional reason. And so you walk around, you meet people, to your point that you made earlier, people might be a little apprehensive. They don't really know what to expect. They may not have navigated through those spaces before, but once you're in there, everybody's welcoming. Everybody's excited to meet everybody else. You have people that are passing their cards out with each other. They're talking, what do you do? They're engaging. It's a networking event. It is a convening of the entire community. That is the purpose of it. And at the same time, we're sharing. We have national and global thought leaders that are coming in, sharing information, talking to you about things. You mentioned successful stories of connections that people have made. Well, on Thursday is when we have our seminars. And on Thursday, there is a seminar that's going to take place at 8:45 Thursday morning. And it is a true demonstration of success. It's business owners that have been a part of MMBC for years, as well as the MMBC Continuum. We operate the Tennessee Minority Business Development Agency Business Center. I know it's a mouthful. We serve the entire state of Tennessee, but we have a company that is going to be on that seminar panel, and they are going to talk about how through MMBC and MBDA, encouraging business owners to look at different ways to grow and scale, and not just the organic way, but to look at joint ventures. And so it's an example of how when companies collaborate and how they create these partnerships and joint ventures, they have an opportunity to be able to be awarded much larger contracts than they could by themselves. And so think of you doubling your size and your capabilities by partnering with another company. So we have a company that's going to talk about how they've collaborated and used joint ventures to grow their company. We're also going to have, and that's a minority-owned firm. We have corporations that are talking about how they are partnering and joining with minority businesses to help those businesses be able to have access to larger contracts and projects. And so it's that demonstration. So not only are we connecting people and providing them access to information and the things that they need to help them grow their businesses, but on the next day is all about demonstrating. It's about people talking about the things that they've done and how they've been able to grow their business.
Yeah, I'm telling you that if you just get there, if come by yourself, don't worry about begging a friend to come with you that has no idea about business or want to be in business, but you do. Right. And this it is huge. It is something to see. I'm telling you. But these people are smiling, and her team alone will walk you through the process. I've literally have seen them walk a person from vendor to vendor to vendor to help them get associated. Her team is the best to do it again, and that's how she leads. But let's talk. And then these are award-winning people, not just your award, your Robert R. Church Award. Can you talk? I know that's happening this weekend, and it's so much that's happening. You all have got to follow them on social media because you can stay informed. They know everything that's going on in Memphis and Tennessee as it relates to businesses. So talk about that, and where can they come for more information about certification?
So certification, we are a one-stop shop for certification. Because our partners and the corporations that we work with are public and private. And so if you are interested in doing business, you're already in business. But there are certain public and private corporations that have programs and initiatives where they track the dollars that they spend with various classifications. And it could be a number of them. But if you're interested in doing business in the public space, say local government, then they track their spend with businesses based on ethnicity, based on gender, based on local geographics, or based on size, being a small business. Private corporations, they also track spend with minority-owned businesses and women-owned businesses. So we are a one-stop shop for certification. And we also certify for companies that are looking to do business on the federal level for disadvantaged business certification. So they can come to our offices or look us up online at mmbc-memphis.org to look at that. Your decision regarding certification is based on your business strategy and who you want to do business with. It may not be for you, but if you want to play in those spaces with those companies that track their spend, then certification is definitely something that you want to take advantage of. But I'll tell you, our organization, we're not a certifying agency. We are a membership organization. And the pathway to membership, you must go through certification, because we also have corporations, public and private, that are members as well. And so they rely on us because they don't certify. But they rely on us as a sourcing partner to help them identify companies that are certified in these areas. And so if that works for you, then our organization is a fit. And feel free to call us to schedule some time to come in and talk about your business. We can help you. We do free business assessments. We can put together a tailored plan for you. All of this is outside the EDF. That's what we do every day. But at the EDF, you see the outcomes, you see the results of not only the work that we do, but all of our partners here in the community in the economic development space. And it gives you an idea of what's possible and what you can do and take advantage of. So I really encourage businesses to participate. You mentioned, Loretta, our awards program. So on Thursday night, that is the culmination of our conference. And we will have and present our annual Robert R. Church Senior Achievement Awards. And we have maybe about 11 different award categories: corporations, small businesses, individuals, people that are champions of this work, people that are invested in this community and its growth and the economic development efforts in this area. So we will have awards. It is a gala. So if you'd like to get dressed up and come out and celebrate. You can buy a gala ticket as well on Eventbrite, and you can hear and see the successes of all of these businesses, minority-owned, small businesses, women-owned businesses, and the corporations that are leading the way, and those that are also working to support economic development across this community. You can see them on display as well at the gala. And there'll be live music and great food.
And there's no party like an MMBC party, I promise you. I know you got to go, but thank you so much for doing this. Of course, I will be there one of those days, just doing my thing as a vendor myself, not as a vendor, but as somebody strolling through, meeting people and networking. But Jozelle, thank you so much for stopping the world just so business owners can have this opportunity in this space and to grow. Because we don't even talk about the business who have scaled because they're part of the MMBC. We'll talk about that the next time. But I just really wanted a sneak peek, to kind of wet the whistle about why they should come. Even if they were saying, I don't want to, I don't know, just, you can leave. If you don't like it, leave. It'll be on you.
Well, listen, one other thing I want to mention to people that may be interested in coming. I don't want you to show up and say, she did not tell us that we could get a free headshot. And if I had known I could have gotten a free headshot, I would have dressed differently. So free headshots will be available. So if you're looking for your career, you need a new photo for your LinkedIn page, your Facebook page, free headshots will be available.
That's awesome. That is awesome and so valuable. Oh my goodness. And you're doing it for free? People charge hundreds of dollars for that. Wow.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. And listen, when you come, I may be moving about, but I want you to stop me and say, hey, I saw you on the Loretta McNary show. And because I saw you there, I'm here. I want to meet every last one of you. So I'll be looking for you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Madam President. That's what I call you. So I look forward to experiencing EDF 2024 every year. I'm thinking they can't beat it, but every year consistently, you have outdone yourselves, is what I'll say. Outdone yourself. So thank you for loving this city enough to put on a show of excellence for entrepreneurs and corporate buyers. Thank you. We'll see you next. Well, I'll see you this week, and then we'll talk again.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So Madam President has to go. Her resume is so extensive. I didn't want to take up a lot of time talking about it, but she is definitely the lady for the job. You can Google her. You can go to the MMBC website and see this lady's credentials. Like I said, she's second to none. That she's here in Memphis, Tennessee, at that high caliber of being a leader. Amazing. Amazing. All right, everybody. In closing, think positive, dream big dreams, help someone along the way. And guess what? I'll see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.